guys, what up? Welcome to another glorious unboxing here on the channel. So excited to have you, especially those patrons. I like your butts. Now, let's just dive in to the exciting unboxing you've been waiting for. Whatcha? Whoop-ah! Whatcha? Wait, where's my... Whatcha? Alright, so, that was vaguely racist. I apologize. As if I wasn't canceled already. Okay, so let's dig in to this box of goodies. Ooh, yeah, just slice it on. Oh, slice it on open. Just slice it open. You can't show you my address, or else my wife will get mad at me. Cool beans. All right, let's do this. Oh my God. Yeah. Get those guts out of there. Get those guts out. Oh, them guts. So many guts. Yeah. And we've got everything that we ordered from the MVD Aero sale. It looks great. Look at all that stuff from the MVD Aero sale. That's exciting. Oh my gosh, we got Rage of Honor, The Big Knife, Pray for Death, and of course, one of the greatest action films of all time starring Robert De Niro, Ronin. That's exciting. Wow. I'm really, it's amazing how many people love these videos of me unboxing Aero Blu-rays that cost me between $4 and $8 a piece. Crazy times. Now, I hope you are prepared for an hour-long video where I delve into these previously released titles. And oh, I totally forgot. We have I'm such an idiot. We have this this whole thing scheduled for today. I'm gonna stop the video for just a little bit. Let these guys look. 1 second. Oh, hey, man, come on in. Hey, shut up. Hey, you shut your mouth, you dwarf dog. Welcome to my crib. This is, as you can see, I got my office over here. It's a little messy right now, but it's pretty chill. We're in the middle of making a video. And if you look over here, we got this whole area, this big house. I barely use it. I ain't got nothing on the walls. Well, except over there, I put everything on that sewing table. That's literally where I dump everything. But I got a kitchen. You look through here, I got cans of beans for days. Got my refrigerator, 2 doors. Doesn't offer any additional space, but that's cool, because I can do this. Whoa! Of course, you got your whey protein powder. You got your Vitamix. That's how you keep abs like these. Yeah, girl. Of course, I got my melatonin, 2 bottles, because I can't sleep worth a damn. I'm always hyper. Got the slider. Yeah, adds production value to all sorts of videos. Of course, over here we got the big time. We got the baby. We got the mother in town helping the baby to shut the fuck up. And then we got our Criterion collection. Missing a few right now. We're doing some renovations. As you can see, we got the Vinegar syndrome. We got all kinds of little DVDs. We got Mind Flesh. We've got Stunt Rock. We've got this weird bullshit. We got the whole Gamera collection. No need to spend hundreds of dollars on Aero video, although I might. And then over here, we got all kinds of stuff. We got Nakatomi Plaza. I got the real Nakatomi Plaza. Oh, of course, we got our Stephen Thrower books. They're pretty, oh God, Jesus Christ, fucking, God damn it. Fuck, we got these nice light paperbacks from Troy Howarth. Pretty dope. Godzilla! Yeah! Got our Godzilla up in here. Of course, your Ingmar Bergman cinema. Of course, like any rational human being, I've got my special Buffy the Vampire Slayer setup. But you don't need to know too much more about that. That's a bit of a special long-term project. Oh, shush. No, but seriously, delete that. Of course, in here, we got the library. All sorts of books. You've got your novel books. You got your not novel books. You've got, miniature treasure chests. Of course, we're out here in the neighborhood right now. I'm just, hanging back, got my chair just in case I want to chill out next to my baby girl right here, my Nissan Rogue. I call her Natasha Romanova, after the James Bond girl. And, well, she's covered in bird shit right now because she lives under a tree. And you know the man, that's my crib. So y'all have a good one. Thank you for stopping by. I'm glad you could see it. And, ooh, a package. Well, what do you want? What do you really, really want? You want some Vinegar Syndrome. Yes, sir, it is time for some Vinegar Syndrome. I guess our 3-hour discourse on Ronin will have to wait, unfortunately, because Vinegar Syndrome, the monthly package, has arrived, and I'm gonna talk about it. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. We need something real. We need something good. We need something for bread. I think I just scraped my keyboard. All right, so let's open this sucker up with our bread knife. Always use a bread knife in these really important times. I don't actually know how to open boxes. Where does the box open? Boop, guts. All right, oh, fuck this box. We have bubble wrap! Yay! Yay, bubble wrap! Yay! Oh my gosh! Huzzah! Oh god. So, we have our 3 releases for the month. I didn't get anything extra this month because, well, you've seen my spending habits. Sorority Sweethearts. We've got Old Man Dracula. And we've got Best Friends. All right, so let's go ahead and open these suckers up. I guess let's do least to most ridiculous. So first off, the least ridiculous, but the film that I think I'm gonna like the most, and we'll see. But the film I think that I'm gonna like the most. At the same time, it's the least ridiculous title. It's more of what might actually be just a straight up good movie and not just a trashterpiece. Which we'll see if any of these are trashterpieces. Let's see. How do I'm just gonna do this number here. Come on. There we go. It's the ticket. Yep. Just bread knife in there. That's really, if you are a professional unboxer, then, you know, this is how you do it. You know, you use the bread knife. That's it's a well-known tool in the circle of unboxers. It's an Italian thing, you know, because bread. But you know, really big in Rome right now. All the unboxing YouTube channels in Rome, they use the bread knife method, and it works great. And we're going, all right, she became the ravaged victim of a century of revenge. Best friends until they crossed the wrong border. Native Americans, or Indians, or what do they like to be called? Not Braves. Jesse and Pat have been best friends as long as they can remember. They did everything together, including serving in the army. But now things are different. Both are engaged to be married and take their lives in different directions. Deciding to share one last road trip with their respective fiancés in tow, tensions quickly rise. Pat, realizing that he's about to lose Jesse forever, becomes increasingly manic and unhinged, and it's not long before he begins exhibiting psychotic and violent tendencies. Cool. Brand new 2K restoration, 35mm negative. Dope, dope, dope. Richard Hatch is in this. I love Richard Hatch. Cool. This looks great. Let's see. Let's pop this open. We're doing the Blu-ray only thing. As you can see, you've got, let's see here. Slipcover and alternate on the insert are the same. And then you got the other artwork. I'm just gonna obviously keep the artwork as is since it's different from the slipcover. I'm not gonna flip that one. Dank AF, fam. Dank AF. Already off to a good start. Blip. All right, next up, Sorority Sweethearts. All right, Sorority Sweethearts, AKA I Like to Watch. Wait, is it AKA or is it 2 different movies? I don't even know. Bonus feature. I'm an idiot. I don't know if I should keep that in or not. So I Like to Watch, bonus feature, Sorority Sweethearts. So technically we have 4 movies here, really. So that's exciting. Let's take the butter knife. And we're just gonna, yeah, that's the best way you can possibly do it right there. That's, it gives you optimum flow of the depackaging of the, it's like skinning a fish. Scaling a fish? Blah. All right, so let's open this sucker up. We've got our, oh, we got a DVD and a Blu-ray in this one. Awesome, awesome. And just gonna bring this out. So it's literally just, there's the I Like to Watch with bonus Sorority Sisters. And then there's Sorority Sisters with bonus I Like to Watch. Whatever works. All I know is I'm gonna be watching a lot of porn. And finally, Old Dracula. Let's just pop that out of there. Yeah! Old Dracula, starring David Niven. It makes me sad that this is a retitle of a different film, because I really wish it was originally called Old Dracula. Look at that, just perfect, just perfect. Okay, oh man, I'm gonna start losing subscribers with all this sex talk. Doop boop doop bop. All right, David Niven is Old Dracula. There's a bit of a like marking on all these Blu-rays. Yeah, well, whatever. So, Old Dracula. I'm a little disappointed there's not an alternate title insert. It's just a slightly different variation on the basic idea. The poster. Let's see. The slipcover. Also, it's basically just what's on the slipcover, either which way. So it doesn't actually matter which way you change the insert, which is fine. I would prefer different artwork, but that's cool. Whatever. It's Old Dracula. Who gives a shit? Me, maybe. I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. Maybe I'll give a shit. Maybe this is my new fan thing. All right. So, and of course, just the one disc. This is another MGM grab for Vinegar Syndrome. They're really getting their money's worth with this deal. I don't know how those deals work, of course, but whatever. Old Dracula. Oh wait, I totally forgot to read off the synopsis for. I'm such an idiot. All right. One of the more prolific, though sadly forgotten, filmmakers from the autumn of theatrical X-rated films. Presented here are two of Paul Vatelli's early features, which amply demonstrate his technical skill and artful eye. In I Like to Watch, shy young Laura, played by Bridget Monet, lives in a Victorian mansion with her aunt. While her boyfriend, Mike Horner, presumes that she's saving herself, Laura is actually craving to explore her sexuality.
You liked it. That's why you've come to me tonight, to explore.
After spying on the lascivious goings-on in her house, she begins seeking out her own torrid experiences, taking advantage of the vignette structure of the story to show off some of his finest camera work, along with dreamy editing from Michael Zinn. I Like to Watch co-stars Pat Manning, Linda Shaw, and Little Oral Annie. Shot back-to-back with I Like to Watch, Sorority Sweethearts follows the carnal hijinks of a group of lusty sorority sisters and their voluptuous house mother, Lisa DeLue, over the course of one pleasure-filled day and night. Cool. Restored from their original 35mm negatives. Well, I would expect nothing less. Fucking Vinegar Syndrome, doing the best they can to present us with quality smut, the best it's ever looked. God damn it. Count Dracula has converted his castle into a tawdry tourist attraction as a means of luring in unsuspecting visitors and draining them of their blood. But his dream is to find the perfect blood type needed to resurrect his bride, Vampira, back to the world of the undead. When one of his latest guests turns out to have blood that's a perfect match, Dracula is over the moon until a lab error results in an unexpected change to beloved Vampira. She's been unintentionally transformed into a soul sister. Determined to restore his wife's original skin tone. God fucking damn it. Okay. Determined to restore his wife.
2 hours later.
I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Ooh, boy. Ooh. Granny tits, granny tits, granny tits, granny tits, granny tits. Okay. Determined to restore his wife's original skin tone, Dracula travels to London in search of the girl responsible for the mishap, much to Vampira's dismay. Vampira? Vampira. Whatever, who cares? It's fiction. Cool. Stars award-winning thespian David Niven, cult character actress Teresa Graves. Let's see. Doop. Oh my god! featuring gothically tinged cinematography by Anthony Richmond from Don't Look Now and Candyman. Holy fuck. Oh my goodness. If you haven't seen Don't Look Now, it's a fucking masterpiece. Definitely watch it. And Candyman obviously is also a masterpiece. From a 35mm inner positive. That's exciting. Okay, cool. And that's what we got today. Quality releases, I assume. Let's go watch them.
What the fuck?
Made you watch an advertisement. Fuck you. All right, so what did I think of this month's package, or last month's package, whatever. What did I think of the June package from Vinegar Syndrome? Pretty good stuff. So let's start with I like to watch the kind of the headliner of the two pornos on this disc. You know, it says the title says it all, and the title does say it all. It's a bunch of people who like to watch. It opens with a pretty solid voyeurism scene with Bridget Monet's Laura spying on her aunt Letitia, bone-zoning boy toy Philip. Letitia is a clothing designer with a house full of horny workers, including Little Oral Annie's Kim, who's real quick to give into stereotypes and screw the plumber.
Am I supposed to fix your furnace?
As played by Kevin James. Meanwhile, Laura is being seduced by Lisa DeLue's Linda, one of Letitia's clients, and that's just the plot in the first 12 minutes. This thing is opaque. But at the same time, it's not really all that complicated. It's a pretty straightforward premise, just with a lot of different plot lines converging at the same time. In that way, I guess it's a little slapdash, because a lot of this really goes nowhere. It's just more reason for people to watch other people fuck. But you know what? It works, and it keeps your attention. The whole movie keeps at a pretty solid pace, because there's just so much happening. Does it really amount to much beyond fucking? No. But it is a lot of stuff, and so you got to give it credit where credit is due. It has a really solid pace. The insanely prolific Mike Horner plays Laura's older boyfriend, whose character is not the most believable.
But no sex. You know, Michael, fucking. Why?
Hey, I was just trying to be a gentleman. You know, romance and fun. I want a little bit more than just hopping into bed.
There's also the maid, who gets more than she bargained for from Kim, and Linda's boyfriend, who also likes to watch, and there's a weird horror tinge sequence to cap things off. Lots of little elements for a movie that doesn't even crack an hour 20 minutes. Basically, a whole bunch of people like to watch other people bone, and then sometimes those people who are watching the boning like to join in on the boning themselves. That's the plot. Roll credits. Cool theme song. Ba-boom.
You must think you're the only one.
And it all ends on a gorgeous scene, just full of eroticism and fucking, with Bridget Monet, that if you're a fan of her work, you'll really enjoy this. You've probably already seen it, but you'll really enjoy it. And of course, it's through Vinegar Syndrome's pristine transfer, so probably the best you've ever seen it, unless you saw it during its initial run in theaters. I Like to Watch is not the most artfully done slice of 80s hardcore porn. It doesn't have the wit of, say, Public Affairs or the comedic chops of the Pretty Peaches sequels, nor does it have the dramatic weight of any of its 70s precursors. But it does have a lot of really solid sex scenes boosted by director Paul Vitelli's very smart sense of style. He was originally a director of photography early in his career, and you can really tell that here. He really knows how to light a scene. He even knows, even the production design, for the most part. There's one scene with, this messy room that had me questioning things, but overall the production design tends to be very much in line with what you would want in an erotic film. Vitelli was not really a great filmmaker, nor did he really get the chance to grow to be one. He died at the age of, I think, 33 during the AIDS crisis, which is really sad. But at the very least, he knew how to make sex, well, sexy. It doesn't hurt that he has Bridget Monet and all these other great porn stars helping him out. But at the end of the day, it is a very, very well-shot, good-looking, more or less forgettable, save the sex scenes, porno movie. All in all, I Like to Watch is solid flick. I would recommend it to anyone who likes the more natural side of 80s porno. Tons of bush, tons of blemishes. This hasn't really gotten to that point of big fake titties and shaving everywhere. Sorority Sweethearts. Now, Sorority Sweethearts is much more simple. This one came out in 1983, aka the year before I Like to Watch came out, and it features some of the same players. Much like I Like to Watch, Sorority Sweethearts gets its own theme song, which is a pretty fat beat, all said and done.
They're looking for misters and not asking names, no.
Plot on this sucker is much simpler than I Like to Watch. Basically, a bunch of sorority girls are stuck at the house after a fun little vacay is unexpectedly canceled. Monet's Cindy has dreams of meeting her knight in shining armor, envisioned here through what I assume to be stock footage from a Ren fair. Cindy's sorority sisters decide to do the right thing and get their friend laid, and from there she learns the power of staying a virgin. Oh wait, what? I'm sorry? Oh no, she gets fucked. Sorority Sweethearts exhibits many of the same merits as I Like to Watch, including a rockin' soundtrack, plenty of sensuality in the sex scenes, and a plot that doesn't strain credibility or logic too much. It's also more straightforward with fewer characters and more, getting straight to the point. Which, I think you know what I mean. Fucking. Where I Like to Watch ends with a great Monet scene, Sorority Sweethearts climaxes with a special gift for the Lisa DeLu fans in the audience. Honestly, for me, this is one of the lesser non-Carlos Tobalina hardcore efforts from Vinegar Syndrome. I don't think it's quite as memorable as a lot of the other stuff I've seen, but at the same time, it's still really high quality, the transfers are beautiful, and it's very sensual stuff. And I think if you're looking for that type of pornography, and you want to see it in the best possible format, then this is for you. We don't get many extra features. You get literally just one trailer for I Like to Watch, which kind of makes it look almost like more of a hardcore thriller than anything else, which is not the vibe the movie has at all. But, you're getting two movies for the price of one, so not too shabby. If this is your jam, check it out. Meanwhile, Best Friends is a film that I was not sure what exactly I was in for, and it turns out that it's really just a drama. It's not even much of a thriller. There are thriller elements, certainly, especially near the end. It gets into some, thriller elements, but they're never really that big of a deal throughout the film. It really is only in the last, half hour where things get a little crazy, and even then, for this kind of film and what you would expect from this kind of exploitation era, it never really gets all that action-packed or anything. It's kind of weird. Beautiful cinematography, great music, interesting editing. This is definitely a worthwhile film to watch. I just really want to stress it's not much of an exploitation movie. It is far more of a drama. There are exploitation elements, but if you open it up, there's this whole Native American thing here where you're thinking okay, well, it's going to be this really maybe racially insensitive bunch of youngsters attacked by Native Americans or something. No, that's not what it is. There is a scene with sort of indigenous people's bar, I guess, that does almost turn really nasty. It turns a little nasty, but it never really leads anywhere. It almost seems like it was just made for like a trailer to give like the audience an idea that maybe something big will happen here, but then it never comes back. In reality, this is just about two friends growing apart over the years, and one of them suffering from PTSD and doing some really awful things because of that, and then it all culminates in sads. And that's the movie. Suzanne Benton appeared in a few minor classics like Boy and His Dog and The Last Horror Film, but like most of the cast, her career doesn't seem to have really gone anywhere. Anne Noland is even less notable, which is a shame because she's one of the most memorable parts of the film. Only Richard Hatch would really go on to any major success, and it's not hard to see why. He's great in this movie. He absolutely carries it. As I said, Anne Noland is probably, I wouldn't say she's the best performance, but she's definitely the most memorable, and she has a lot to chew on throughout. It's a lot of very kind of sympathetic moments, but Richard Hatch really is the one who displays the most acting. Pat Chapin is probably the weakest link. He went on to be a talent manager in LA, which makes sense because he wasn't really much of an actor. That's not to say he's bad. He's perfectly fine, and he fulfills what the director needs in the film. It's just, compared to Richard Hatch, who of course went on to a very lofty career, there's definitely a big difference in talent. So yeah, this isn't really what's advertised, which could be a good or a bad thing depending on how you look at it. Crown International very obviously wanted to sell this as gritty exploitation for the drive-in crowd, but it never really delves too deep into that promise. With that said, this is a very high-quality drama with beautiful cinematography. I wouldn't call it like Easy Rider level of great, but it is of its time and a very interesting watch. And I think just watching the character dynamics and how these relationships deteriorate over the course of the film is very much worth a pickup. For extras, we get a lifetime of music, which is 11 minutes. It's an interview with Richard Kuna, who composed the music for the film, and here talks his career and becoming involved with the Best Friends project. Movies and Travel is a nearly 33-minute video call with cinematographer Stephen M. Katz. He's a fun guy to listen to. He doesn't remember a whole lot about Best Friends specifically, but that works out because he instead gives us a great conversation about his career and a sort of history of exploitation cinema from his point of view. Educate Yourself is a 15-minute interview with editor Robert Gordon, pretty concise explanation of the origins of Best Friends and how experimental editing had its hand in the film's final form. He also talks about Toy Story and Return of the Living Dead, among many other career highlights. Finally, we get Making Friends, which is a 13-minute interview with producer and director Noel Nosek, who's very pragmatic about all of it, admitting to the film's many flaws while also showing some love for his first foray into directing and how it helped him begin his career. Now, Old Dracula. This is not going to be a popular opinion at all, I don't think. But Old Dracula is my favorite movie from this group. Look, if you want to talk about like which movie is like as close to objectively the best film in the lot, it's Best Friends. Best Friends is the best film. It's also the best release of the bunch, has the most extras. It's a great release. For me, I didn't get as taken in by the drama as some other people. I know, like, I'm sure Lee Jones and Brad Henderson, if they watch this video, will just like be pointing the middle finger at me and being like, "Fuck you, man," in between their bouts of nihilism. But I really liked Best Friends, and I think I even rated it higher. But just as far as like pure fun and like rewatchability, I really like Old Dracula. It is dumb as a fucking rock, but I like it.
I think you'll find a very interesting centerfold this month, sir.
Yes? Oh, you're right. They are magnificent. Did you ever see prettier veins?
And it's basically, I mean, what I read out on the back is the plot. It's Dracula brings back his wife, Vampira, and she, because of a little mishap with a blood sample, is black, and he has to go to London to try and get her to be white again, and over the course he has to learn to accept his wife for who she is. And it is the whitest goddamn thing I've ever seen in my life. It's amazing. It's generally very lighthearted. It's overtly silly, despite the seemingly sleazy premise. It's basically one big spoof of the Hammer Dracula films of the time, but with David Niven, who is at maybe giving it his all at times, and other times not sure what he's doing there. He actually, when he first shows up, is not terribly convincing. It feels like he's reading off these jokes and not having a good time with it, but as the film continues, it really seems like he comes into it. I don't know if that's just like Stockholm Syndrome or, just a bad scene to start things off, but he really is enjoyable as this kind of almost wholesome version of Dracula. And I'm kind of curious. I wonder what Roger Ebert had to say about this movie. Let's go over to Roger Ebert's website. Okay. This is from December 15th of 1975. Old Dracula, 1 star! Oh, fuck. In addition to the other more distinguished roles he was born to play, David Niven was all but made for Count Dracula. Who else could summon up quite the same combination of weary charm and seedy elegance? And who else, rising from the neck of his latest victim, his fangs dripping blood, could observe that it used to be a lot easier to get a decent meal in the old days. You just sent out for something from the neighborhood. The movie's obviously intended as a ripoff of Young Frankenstein. Not true. It was actually renamed after that movie came out. Some attempt has been made to make things contemporary by supplying Count Dracula with a black girlfriend. It's his wife, thank you. But when you think about what a truly great bad movie David Niven might have made out of all of this, it's a shame he merely made a terrible bad movie. There's a difference. Roger Ebert was just a lot of fun, wasn't he? And I don't think once in that review he mentions Teresa Graves. Teresa Graves, she was not in a whole lot throughout her career. She was in only 2 other movies, a few TV series. She actually had her own TV series at the end of her career. Afterwards, she quit the business in 1983 to focus on being a Jehovah's Witness. And then in 2002, she died in a house fire at the age of 54, which, a lot to unpack there. But either which way, it's sad to see a huge talent not really properly utilized. A whole lot of talent, and she is an absolute gem, and she is gorgeous to look at. So there's a lot going on in that department. Vampira is perfectly cast, and yeah, I honestly, I really had a good time. I do agree that it loses focus after the first third. The first third is really great, and then the back chunk is good, but not as great. It's a perfectly fun little groovy 70s comedy. You can definitely tell that it's aping on those Hammer films, unlike what Roger Ebert said. It was not aping on Young Frankenstein, it was aping on Hammer Dracula, and I think if you have seen those movies, then you can get that idea pretty easily. For extras, we get a shot in the dark, a 9-minute interview with director of photography Tony Richmond, who more famously shot 2 of my favorite films of all time, Don't Look Now and Candyman. He doesn't focus that much on Old Dracula specifically, more talking about his career, but it's a nice little interview. The one sort of negative, and both my wife and I were like, oh, please don't, oh, please don't, oh, please don't. But there is some very brief blackface in the movie. I think that in regards to this sort of thing, it really depends on what the purpose is. I mean, obviously you have your Robert Downey Jr.'s out there who, kind of get a pass because of the point behind it. This one doesn't really have that going for it, but it's so silly, and it feels so innocent, and I don't know how to describe it without spoiling things, but basically it is a very innocent white person thinking they're doing the right thing sort of blackface. So obviously, if you are totally against blackface no matter what, understandable, you won't want to watch this movie. It's maybe 15 seconds, and it's cringy and it's unfortunate, but it is it's part of the natural flow of the film. And would I prefer they just cast somebody? Yes, very much so. I was really hoping for that, but I like the intent at the very least. And it caps off a pretty fun, lighthearted romp of a film that I'll definitely revisit at some point. So, Old Dracula, you win this round. Congratulations. You are somehow the best of this bunch, in my eyes. Probably not many others. But hey, that's why this is an opinion show and not a fact show, because I don't believe in facts. Yeah. And that is our June package.
No, Travis, Erg is not the missing link. He's just a little sinister, that's all.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad that I have another month's worth of Vinegar Syndrome titles that I really enjoyed. That's the great thing about the company, is I have yet to have a bad month. This is one of the, I would say, lesser months overall. Nothing really destroyed my brain with how great it was. But still, 3, technically 4 solid films. and I look forward to next month. And that's it. If you want to check out some behind-the-scenes stuff for this here show, not this particular the recording, but many of my recordings, I'll be streaming live to my patrons. We've already done it once, and it worked out really well, and I'm looking forward to doing it some more. We also have bonus vlogs and stuff for the $10 patrons. We just put out a cooking vlog, which is really dumb, so if you want to get access to that, $10 level. If you just want access to all the movie-related stuff, early access, that sort of thing, $3 level, that one's for you. Whatever the case is, I appreciate all my patrons and non-patrons alike, but really my patrons, I love you guys. You guys, thebomb.com, yo, hey. Anyway, follow me on the Twitters, the Letterboxd, the Facebooks, Instagram, all the social medias that are always spying on you. Those links are down below. And until next time, thank you so much. Go watch a movie.